All right, welcome back, everybody. This is episode 2 in the LinkedIn playbook. We're going to go over the 4 different strategies to get clients on LinkedIn today. So, the first one is going to be an inbound profile funnel strategy. The second one is going to be an inbound post strategy. The third one's going to be an outbound DM conversation strategy. And the last one, it's going to be a pretty sweet ad retargeting strategy. So let's get into it. So the first strategy is an inbound content strategy that's going to bring people back into your funnel. It could also be a visit, a follow. The idea is that your profile is set up to speak to your target audience. So even if you follow an account or you go and visit profiles, that's going to cause them to be curious. Oh, okay, who followed my account? Who visited my account? They're going to go back to your profile. They're going to see your cover photo. They're going to see your headline. They're going to see your bio. They're going to read your activity. They're going to read an article. That is a profile funnel. You're bringing people back in. The second one is how you're doing your daily post. You're getting engagement. You're getting all of these actions on your posts. And people say your vanity metrics don't matter. But the reality is sometimes they do, because the only way that your posts are getting more engagement and people actually commenting on them is going to be by growing your following. You grow your following, you're posting value add content. Sometimes it's feel good, sometimes it's promotional. Sometimes you're trying to get people on an email, you're trying to get people on a webinar. Those come from your posts. And then the more people that engage and interact with that, the more your posts is and get more views, and you're going to get more traction that way. So that is why those vanity metrics matter. And that is an inbound posting strategy. Third one we're getting into, this is the one that most people hate on because it's done so poorly by so many people. And this is where you're probably getting a DM invite, they're connecting with you, and it's an immediate pitch. And you just know, it's like, oh man, sometimes you feel it. You're like, okay, this guy's immediately going to pitch me after I accept its invite. So you just stop accepting those invites. But there's a right way to do outbound DM. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint here. We'll have to make a whole entire video elsewhere. But the general structure is your first message is very welcoming. It's warming. It's purely wanting to make a connection. And your second message is also being empathetic with either the situation that's happening in the world or a situation that they might be in if you're targeting them well. If they are an ideal client, usually start with a question just to gauge a reaction or just to gauge a reaction. But this is called a question ladder. The idea is you're going to ask a series of questions, and at the very end, that based off of how they've answered, they're either going to be good to pitch for a call, or they're not going to be qualified to pitch for a call. And I'll give you an example of exactly what that might look like here. Quickly show a intro message to a secondary message to extracting pain confession points to leading people to a call. So this initial message is, like I said, just very friendly, empathetic, just looking to connect. It's pretty simple. Then the next message here is just you're just being a decent person, asking them how they've adjusted with the work from home situation, noticing something about them. I noticed he was new to LinkedIn, and then I went ahead and empathized. And then the first question I ask is, how have you been using LinkedIn so far? And then he goes and responds and he says, yes, I am fairly new to LinkedIn and have my ups and downs using it. Thanks for reaching out. And I said, cool. Yeah. Tons of people, awesome people on the platform use it for networking and business. What kinds of ups and downs, right? Just curious. And then I went ahead and said, I'm actually shooting YouTube video. I'm titling it this. I'd 100% appreciate it if you could share some questions you're having. Again, this is a genuine ask. This is all part of me. I was creating a YouTube video at the time. And then he went to go ahead and told me. I'm part of a marketing firm. One of my jobs is to reach out and talk to CEOs to see if they'd be interested in his firm. And he said he's not getting the responses. So he sends tons of messages, only get a small amount of responses. And I said, yeah, I got it. Now it can be tough. So again, empathizing. And so I'm asking him, if you were searching this on YouTube, what would you type in? And then he's like, I didn't really thought about it, this and that. Okay, cool. So I like that second one. Thanks for that. Asking some more questions. Are you using Sales Nav or regular search? He says both. And then I say, okay, cool. I'm going to finish up this video right now, but I think I have some ideas for you. And after I finish up here, a few things, we hop on a call, share a bit of what's worked and the clients. And he's like, yeah, I can hop on a call. Cool. And that is the right way to do outbound DMs and outbound. Because up here, let's say I sent this message and I sent this one.
And he responded, but if at any point he would have just, not shown full interest, or here if he would have said, no, I've perfected LinkedIn, it's pretty amazing, right? Then I still would have asked questions. Oh, okay, cool. Like, well, what have you perfected? Tell a little bit more, right? So you want to ask questions, and eventually, if he wasn't giving me the right information, well, then I'm never gonna pitch him, and so then it never comes off bad at all. Now I just built a connection with someone. And this is the thing, right? If you have a product that is legitimately helping people, and you have a service that is legitimately helping people, and you can help them get past their pain point, then it's your duty to really help them and extract that pain confession if they have it. And then it's not like a pitch like, oh my gosh, I want to get a sale. It's a pitch of like, hey, I really want to help you out. So just to give you guys the best idea on how a conversation might happen in the DMs when you're doing outbound, how it's supposed to go.
Before we hop into the fourth tip on how to get clients on LinkedIn, do me a quick favor. If you've enjoyed this video so far, hit the subscribe and hit the notifications icon and start thinking about what comment you have and then share it with me at the end. And that's how I know what other content you want to know and how I can get back to you here in this video. Let's go to the fourth tip. And number 4, this one's part of the secret sauce that I was telling you guys about. If you're like me and many others on LinkedIn, when we first signed up on LinkedIn, we actually used our personal email addresses. What does that mean for us? That means we can take the email addresses from LinkedIn and we can go and run a custom targeted audience on Facebook. And now we can run ads to those connections. So we took a connection from LinkedIn, exported their emails, put them into a customized Facebook audience, and then can retarget them that way to a landing page, to your funnel, to book a call with you, whatever way you want. So those are the 4 different strategies that you could start getting clients today using LinkedIn, slide a bit of Facebook.